Welcome back to United Minds Collective Podcast. This is United Minds Studio, and this is where our minds are always better together. I'm Pamela Watkins, and here we explore how we grow, thrive, and elevate as individuals and as a community. Let's dive in. Today, we're talking about something I think about constantly. Something that was actually the foundation of this podcast from day one. The universal laws. Now, before you think this is about some mystical woo-woo conversation, stay with me because I want to show you today that these laws aren't just spiritual concepts. They're backed by science. And whether you believe them or not, they're working in your life right now. There are several universal laws that govern this universe. And today, I'm not going to cover them all because honestly, that would be a course and not a podcast episode. What I do want to do is go deep on the three that have shown up the most powerfully in my own life. Because I'm not here to teach from a textbook. I'm here to show you how these laws have literally shown up in my reality and how understanding them changed the way I moved through the world. Let's start with the most well-known one. The law of attraction simply says, like attracts like. What you focus on, feel deeply, and believe to be true is what you draw into your life. Most people hear that and think, okay, so I just have to think positive thoughts and good things show up? Not exactly. And this is where the science comes in. Your brain has something called the Reticular Activating System. I like to call it RAS. It's essentially a filtering system in your brain that decides what information gets your attention and what gets filtered out. Here's the wild part. Your RAS is programmed by what you focus on most. So if you're constantly focused on lack, what you don't have, what you're scared of, what's going wrong, your brain will literally filter your reality to show you more evidence of that. And if you shift your focus to abundance, possibility, what you're moving towards, your RAS will start filtering your reality to show you more evidence of that instead. The world didn't change. Your brain's filter did. That is not mystical. That is neuroscience. And I have lived proof of this. I more than doubled my income. And that didn't happen because I got lucky. It happened because I made a decision of what I was worth. I focused on it. I took aligned action. And I stopped accepting less than what I knew I deserved. My RAS started filtering for opportunities that matched that belief. And they showed up. That's law of attraction working in real time. This is the one I want to spend some real time on today. Because this one hit me recently in a way I was not fully prepared for. The law of correspondence says, as within, so without. Your outer world is a direct mirror of your inner world. What's happening inside of you, your beliefs, your self-talk, how you treat yourself, what you're tolerating from yourself, is being projected outward into every relationship, environment, and every experience in your life. Now here's the science behind that. Research in psychology shows our self-concept, meaning how we fundamentally see and value ourselves, directly shapes what we accept from others. Studies on the attachment theory show that people unconsciously seek out relationships that confirm existing beliefs about themselves. If you believe deep down you are worthy of love, respect, consistency, you will naturally move away from people and situations that don't provide that. But if there's a part of you, even a hidden part, that doesn't fully believe you deserve those things, you will find yourself tolerating behavior that reflect those beliefs right back to you over and over again in different people, different settings, but the same pattern. And I had to face something really hard recently. I looked at the patterns across every relationship I've ever had, romantic, platonic, professional, and I realized something that stopped me in my tracks. Every single person in my life has treated me exactly the way I was treating myself. Not one person, not one relationship, all of them. And that's when I understood this wasn't about them. This was about me. The way I was speaking to myself internally, what I was tolerating from myself, how I was showing up for myself when nobody was watching. That was setting the standard. And everyone around me was just meeting me there. The law of correspondence does not lie. Your outer world will always reflect your inner world back to you with perfect accuracy. So if you want different relationships, do the inner work first. If you want to be treated differently, start by treating yourself differently. Because the world will always correspond to what's happening inside of you. Now, this one comes from Neville Goddard, one of the most influential teachers of manifestation philosophy. The law of assumption says, whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you assume to already be true. And here's where it gets really practical. Most of us pray for things. We ask for things. We hope for things. God, please bring me this. Protect me from that. Please send me abundance. And there's nothing wrong with prayer, okay? I pray every single day, just saying. But there's a shift that changes everything. Instead of praying for the outcome, pray from the outcome. Give thanks as if it's already done. Instead of, God, please keep me and my daughter safe, I say, thank you for always protecting us and guiding every room we walk into. Instead of, please send me my person, I started saying, thank you for the love that is already making its way to me. Instead of, please bring me financial freedom, you might say something like, I'm so grateful for the abundance that consistently flows into my life. Feel the difference? One comes from lack, one comes from faith. And neuroscience actually supports this too. Research shows that when you visualize and emotionally embody a future state as if it's already real, your brain cannot fully distinguish between an imagined experience and an actual one. Your nervous system responds to the assumed reality the same way it would to the lived reality, which means you start moving, deciding, and showing up like the person who already has what they're calling in. That changes everything because you cannot attract a life your nervous system doesn't believe is possible for you. Assumption closes that gap. Here's your reflection for this episode. Which of these 3 laws is showing up the most in your life right now? Is your RAS filtering for lack or for abundance? Does your outer world, your relationships, your environments, experiences reflect how you truly feel about yourself on the inside? Are you praying for the outcome or from the outcome? Write it down honestly. And here is your experience. And here is your experiment. For the next 7 days before episode 5 drops, I want you to try something. Every morning before you get up out of bed, and every night before you go to sleep, I want you to pray from the outcome for 5 minutes. Not asking, not hoping, but giving thanks as if it's already done. And pay attention to what shifts. Come back and tell me what you noticed. The laws are always working. The question is, are you working with them or against them? You get to choose. If you like this episode, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. It truly helps more people find this community, and that's what we're here for. If you're looking for extra support on your journey, be sure to check out my Behavior Intervention Toolkit. It's right here on the table full of resources to help you along the way. And if you want something more personal, my one-to-one voice support sessions are available for those deeper, guided conversations. Thank you for tuning in to United Minds Collective podcast. I'm Pamela Watkins, and remember, this is where our minds are always better together. I can't wait to continue growing with you.